Thank you for buying this 101140 wood rack from Fixture Displays. In this short video, we're going to show you step-by-step instructions how to assemble this unit. If you have any questions, feel free to email us cs@charliesam@fixturedisplays.com. These are all the components. You have the left panel, back panel, right panel, lower shelf, wood braces and metal braces for the casters, and toe kick, base panel cover, and upper shelves, along with the casters and hardware. To begin, we want to install all the bolts or the screws onto the embedded plastic nuts on all panels. If you have a low-duty power drill, feel free to use that to save some time. Make sure you do not over-tighten, just snug enough so it stays in the position properly. At this stage, you're ready to install the cams into the big round holes. The cams are directional. Make sure the arrow points out toward the edge. And you can use a Phillips screwdriver to adjust that orientation. Now we're ready to align the side panel to that of the back panel and observe the back panel in the proper orientation. Observe the hole position. The upper panel has 2 holes and bottom has 3. We're going to line them up nicely and slide the screws or bolts into the hole and make sure there's 0 gap before you turn the cams clockwise to lock. If there is some gap, adjust the depth of the cam and orientation of the cam until the space goes away. Now we're ready to assemble the toe kick to the base cover. And when you turn the cam to lock, do not over-tighten. This material can be damaged. You don't really need to over-tighten. You just want to make sure it's snug enough so it's locked in position. Now we're going to slide this sub-assembly to the left-hand side panel and then turn the cams clockwise to lock. We're ready to close up the right-hand side panel. And now we're ready to work on the shelves. We're going to work on the casters first before we head to the shelves. The wood brace is a spacer, and the metal tube, the open end, face up. The closed end face down. That's where you would take the casters. Use long screws, go through the side panel, and fasten with a nut. You're going to need a wrench or spanner to hold the nut while you tighten the screw. There are 4 casters, 2 are locking, 2 are non-locking. You want to make sure the locking casters face a direction where you can easily access. Now we're going to work on the shelves by inserting the barrel nuts into the small round holes. Make sure the Phillip head direction face up so you can adjust the orientation to make sure the threading face outside of the hole. And that's where the screws go into the screw holes to fasten. So take your time, make sure they line up properly, and then fasten the screw from the side. This particular barrel nut structure is super solid, and once you assemble, you'll realize this rack is indestructible. The shelf positions are adjustable. They are 6 inches apart, so make sure you measure before you fasten. Bumpers. The lower portion has pre-drilled holes. Make sure you line them up to that of the toe kick panel. and then fasten with the screws. If you like this video, please consider subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, leave a good product review along with a seller feedback. Now we're going to install the corner by fastening one screw on each side. For your on fixturedisplays.com, I encourage you to browse many other products and services we have to offer. Now I'm going to install the upper or the top portion of the toe kick. Use a wooden mallet or rubber mallet to hammer that snugly. Dimensions of this rack: 37.7 inches left and right, 21.5 front to back, and the overall height is 50 inches. As you can see, this rolls freely and the entire structure is very sound. Thank you once again for shopping Fixture Displays.